Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at episodes 9 and 10 of Totally Legit Recaps My Little Pony. This is by DWK, whose name I've never got wrong before, and this is... When you hear My Little Pony, you think happiness, friendship, magic, which is usually their taglines. This is disturbed, paranoid, screwed up, fucked up. Just insert every word to describe some mentally deranged individual who's just stalking you with butt cameras. And I do mean they've taken off their butt surgically and implanted cameras. It's a little awkward, and all I really see is the inside of someone's pants or skirt, whatever you prefer. But they're doing it, and it makes no sense. And that is exactly what this entire series feels like. Nonsensical and very creepy. I don't know why I like it, but I really like it because it's good. I just feel kind of dirty afterwards. Now, of course, it's not actually episode 9 and 10 because this isn't how they're numbering themselves. They're based on actual episodes of the TV show that they completely bastardize and make their own. To a huge extent, both through parody of the original and completely making their own original product almost, that is still somehow a commentary on the original. It's actually very impressive. Today we're going to be looking at the legit recap of Season 6, Episode 9, Saddle, Row, and Wreck, which, and I have no reason to expect this, but for some reason, I'm thinking Saints Row reference? Just because of the word row. I know it's definitely not a reference to that. Unless it is. I mean, they did do an entire episode that was an homage to Looney Tunes, so it's not impossible. And then Applejack's Day Off, which I'm sure will have nothing to do with... I have no idea. I have no idea what happens after season 1, so I got no idea what that's going to be based on. I'm assuming, though, it'll be screwed up, and I'll be going like, why? Like in most episodes, I'm just asking that. Why? Why does this exist? And why do I find it funny? Especially that last part. That's actually an important question. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. Again, you know the deal. Link below, original video. Make sure to hit it up. And let's get started. Ooh. Still kind of that creepy additional
All right, so
change to the
Ricky's
intro
about
song,
to open her new boutique in Manhattan, and she's like, guys, don't worry about anything. Me and Coco are
wow,
gonna
that's...
rock this. Then Coco shows up, and she's like, look, Rarity,
murder me?
We both know I have a problem, and I can't do this anymore. And so Rarity's
you got
like,
magic,
okay,
and this place
guys,
is that bad.
Coco
God.
has to go away for a little while, so can you help me out right now? And they're like, dude, no problem. We got this. Then Rarity's landlord corners AJ, and he's like, Miss Plumel was a business partner, if you understand me, and I'm in a bad situation now. So you sell these 300 bills of
why are the raccoons
worshiping
worshiping
me,
her?
or I kick your friend out of the building and
What?
sell my daughter into slavery.
What?
And AJ's like,
well, that
guys,
escalated.
we got a problem. So they're
Yes.
running around in a panic trying to set up a boutique and flip a bunch of happy pills, but
Okay,
at least
not just the
Pinky
only one
finds
seeing
his
it.
club upstairs and unloads like half of them on these chicks. Especially this one. Yeah, you're not fooling anyone there, bro. Oh, and Vinyl's
What?
there, and Pinky's like, dude, do you just kind of like follow us around? And Vinyl's like, eh. Anyway, so the boutique is still a disaster, and the girls lock Rarity in the window display so she won't freak out, and so she can't be considered an accomplice. Dash is organizing potential employees from most to least angular. Nobody knows what the fuck
yeah, that
Twilight's
actually is a thing.
doing, and Fluttershy is just sitting in the middle of the room sobbing her eyes out and saying,
Normal?
I want to go home over and over again. Finally,
Safe.
AJ's like, guys, I think we're fucked. And
Yes.
Twilight's like, dude, give me one of those pills. And AJ's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And Twi's like, I have a great idea, but we all need to be blasted off our asses for it to work.
You
And
could use
Fluttershy's
magic to
like,
fix it.
I'm not sure that's the hallmark of a great idea. And Twi's like, guys, there's no way we're gonna do this shit proper, so let's just do how we do and blow the lid off this bitch. And they're all like, you know what? Fucking A.
Oh,
let's
no.
do it. So the girls throw on some Mac Dre, grab some juice, and work some Pony Thizzle magic.
What's Mac Dre?
So a couple hours later, Rarity finally escapes, and she's just
They
like,
actually locked her in there?
God, what
Wait, that was...
the fuck is this?
No, I have to ask. I thought he was making the joke about them locking her in the window display. But considering that had her on the face plant, on the floor, out near the window display, I don't know how to say this, but I think that was actually the canon actions. I was expecting legit recap to be more fucked up, and it is because of the child slavery. Everyone needed to be drugged off their asses to do anything correct. Like, remember, they have magic. But really, locking her in the window so she isn't an accomplice, that's... I think part of that actually happened. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't think there is a response because that's more screwed up than the freaking legit recap. I want to call it an abridged because it does feel like that, but dear God.
This. And Twilight's like, dude, check it out. It's a boutique, a rave, and a bar all in one.
And it looks like they spiked it.
This looks like it was designed by a bunch of
raccoon
people
waiters
on drugs. And Twilight's like, no.
Yes.
And Pinky's like, those Skittles made me feel really neat. Anyway, despite the literal insanity, the customers
Pinky's
have a great time. The
mellow.
girls hit their quota and save this chick from a life of prostitution.
What the hell?
And everyone agrees
Was she
that
playing
Rarity for You
spoons?
is the slappinest boutique in Manhattan. So Rarity goes off to the after party, and the rest of the girls get arrested and taken to the police station, which is a Denny's. They explain exactly what happened because they're all still rolling like motherfuckers, but this is Equestria, so the cops just tell them to not do it again and let them go. So it's a week later, and
there's a joke I can make about that, but I don't think it would be in good
taste. I just read in
taste.
the paper that my landlord in Manhattan got locked up for running some kind of drug racket. Do you know anything about that? And they're like, yeah, we sort of turned your boutique into a rave so we could flip some pills and stop him from selling his daughter's body. And Rarity's like, oh, well, that's fucked. And they're like, don't worry, he's in prison and she's in therapy. And Rarity's like,
lots of therapy.
Am I crazy?
More
or
therapy.
Does it seem like this kind of thing wouldn't have happened to us a couple years ago? And they're like, yeah, don't think too hard about it. And Rarity's like, whatever. I still love you guys, even if you're all on drugs now.
And Pinkie Pie was... Oh, God, that's even more disturbing. There's a lot to say about that last episode. One, guy's crazy, needs to be put in jail, was put in jail, was going to sell his spoon-obsessed daughter to just... There's a lot about that to unpack. The big one, there's actually two big things about it. One, Pinkie Pie drugged was mellow and chill. Pinkie Pie. She is literally the Deadpool of this entire universe. To the point where I'm pretty sure there are manga of Deadpool that they've got permission to use Pinkie Pie in. And by permission, I mean the same permission Marvel usually does when it animates or draws or just happens to drop in Superman or Clark Kent. They're completely different people. And in Marvel they might actually be because screw why not. Also, yeah, that's the thing that happens. Yeah, I didn't believe it either. Then I saw the old panels where they just randomly put Clark Kent into Marvel. That's apparently a thing. And I fully expect Pinkie Pie and Deadpool to do the same. And if it hasn't happened already, I'll actually be a little surprised. Pinkie Mellow, that was weird. Also, I liked how they lampshaded with Rarity. How DWK specifically lampshaded. You know what? This would never happen to us a few years ago. It's like, no, it wouldn't. And I'm definitely getting the feeling that the legit recaps, while they're definitely overhyped and they're screwed up and they're moderately to completely undeniably deranged, it does seem like the source material is a lot more advanced than in earlier seasons, like the ones I actually knew existed. Holy shit, man. Just holy shit. And now we're going to do Applejack's Day Off, which I'm sure nothing bad will happen at all. Let's get started. Oh, God. Oh, hey, the music's not actually fucked up for once.
So, Applejack shows up for spa day, and she's like, dude.
So they go to a spa and they put on more clothes?
Why are you melting, bro? And Rarity's like, darling, don't trip. This is just an in-between phase. All I need is the menstrual blood of an alicorn virgin and a full moon, then I'm good. And AJ's like, oh my God, is
The horn was drooping. I mean, yeah, there's the entire joke about menstrual blood, alicorn virgin. She's asked if Twilight's because she's now an alicorn, and I don't want to know if she's going to say yes or no, because this is really getting into one of those, oh God, we're literally 20 seconds in, and I'm disturbed by both the canon images and the things being said about them. They're even more screwed up. Oh, God. Why was this on Adult Swim?
Twilight in on this too, and Rarity's like, dude, I said alicorn virgin, and I was like,
Okay,
yo,
I did not
Rarity,
need to know that.
Princess Luna's here to see you. So it's the next day, and Rarity, Twilight, and Spike are heading to AJ's place for some Apple-related
I did not need
products
to
or
know.
whatever. And Spike's like, damn, Rarity, looking fine, girl. And Rarity's
Yeah,
like,
about
thanks,
accurate.
dude. The pact is complete, and I'm silky smooth until the next blood moon. And Twilight's like, wow, that spa has really high-quality services, especially for the price. And Applejack's like, dude, you guys, that place is fucked. I'm never going there again.
Yeah,
And Rarity's like,
safe.
bruh, you need to embrace your feminine side, man.
That's not
And
feminine.
AJ's
That's
like, no, dude,
disturbing.
that spa is literally evil, and I can prove it. Yo, Twilight,
Virgin
can you
blood was
stay here
involved,
and feed
yes.
my pigs? And Twilight's like, yeah, sure. How do I do that? And AJ's like, there's only 2 steps. Number 1,
That's a
feed
nice
the
house for
pigs.
the pigs.
Number 2, don't fuck up. And Twilight's like,
She's
know
gonna
what?
pull a Cloud, isn't
That
she?
makes perfect sense. So they go to the spa, and AJ's like, see, I knew it. This place is full of ghosts. I mean, Rainbow Dash wouldn't be here unless she was possessed, right? And Dash is like, yeah, man, I totally wouldn't. And Aloe's like, dude, you're totally right. Look at all these ghosts. And AJ's like, they're not just ghosts, man. They're parasitic ghosts. I mean, like, check it out. They've attached themselves to everyone. And
Oh,
they've turned this
gosh,
place
he
into,
actually
like,
thinks
some
the
kind of
towels are
demon
ghosts.
spa. I mean, even got runes painted on the wall. And Rarity's like, you know what? Remember we didn't need alicorn blood when I first...
I don't. Why? Why is just making a joke about the freaking rating? Why does that make me laugh? Oh God! Also, for some reason, all 3 of them looking at the camera right now is actually kind of fucking. It's freaking me out a bit. Actually, I'm just gonna move on.
Started coming here, and I was like, yeah, man, you know, now that I think about it, we never used to do that, but it just kind of became a routine thing, and I didn't realize it was a problem. And AJ's like, dude, I'm sure that would make sense in a lot of situations, but I think any sane person can see this is ridiculous.
Sane.
So they go down to the basement, and AJ's like, yep, just what I thought. It's full of portals. That's where all these ghosts are coming from. And I was like, Applejack, what do we do? And AJ's like, dude, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. So
Really?
Applejack banishes the ghosts using Southern charms. All the spa patrons get a free exorcism massage, and Rarity has to have her soul waxed to rip the blood moon demons from her body. Then everything's back to normal, and everybody's relaxing, but AJ's like, God damn it, why is all this fucked up stuff happening to us lately? I mean, can't we have one day where we just deal with normal people things like we did in season 1? And Rarity's like, wow, dude, you're laying.
Do you remember season 1?
There. And Applejack's like, what? Somebody's got to say it. And Rarity's like, no, man, I was talking about the face cream. You're totally right.
I think this is just going to be a running thing, isn't it? Where they're just going to make jokes about how things are so crazy now where it wasn't in season 1. Which, you know, is the joke, because this one was like a very legit, laid-back episode about, oh, they went to a spa, they had to fix the washers. But in this one, it's like, ghosts! The towels are ghosts! Which is weird, because, seriously, it weirds me out when, like, they're just ponies, they're walking around, and then suddenly, oh, we have to do something special, so we have to put on clothes to cover up in a spa. I have questions, and I don't think I want the answers. That way lies madness. Also, when it comes to season 1 being so sane, I just want to point out the first episode was a tacit acknowledgement that the big good, who's in charge of everything, decided to punish her sister for misbehavior by exiling her to the moon to watch forever, stuck without food, water, shelter, or air, but not able to die. 4,000 years. Yeah. Sane, normal, no. The rest of it wasn't so bad, except for the chicken episode, which was amazing. Because it was a Looney Tunes thing, and I will always talk about that because it was amazing. But I do like how, though, they made this one seem like it was super insane, just to make the running joke about how it's like, oh, God, season 1 was so much more sane. And now we're insane. We can't deal with it because it's just so crazy, our lives. Oh, my God. It's like the last one I can kind of see it because they made it about drugs, sex, and prostitution. And again, I know I already mentioned it, but I'll say it again. Mellow Pinkie Pie. It needs to be said. I think this is going to be a running thing where they're just going to start lamenting how everything's so crazy because the legit recap is even crazier than the level of crazy that just exists in the show. And it's just amusing. I'm trying very hard not to think about the wilted horn, though. Between that and the blood of the Virgin Alicorns, and then just saying Twilight would not fit that category, things I did not need to know. Want to know? I'm too sober to know. Much too sober to know. Yeah, just gonna block that out. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of crazy stuff, and it's amusing in a really fucked up way. I enjoy it, but God, I don't understand why sometimes. Again, you guys know the drill. Link below to the original videos. Make sure to hit them up if you dare, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.